Okay, let's try it again.
Do it. I love it.
Okay, ready for the finger? There you go.
We are
No, I love it.
Together!
I'm gonna say it too. Don't you?
We're just gonna keep running.
Okay.
We are Lost Peacock Creamery!
Crazy hair, don't I?
All right, you've got the B team again. Bill, Grandma Bev, and we're gonna give you a tour of the new orchard. Take it, Bev.
So last year when I got back from my hiking journey, we decided to help Matthew and Rachel have a orchard that was protected, because this orchard has been through several iterations. And so we put up this fence, which is a wrapped wire fence. And so when you have this, it has some give. It's tall enough to where the horses can't destroy it and the mule can't, because the mule does this and will break fences. And then Rachel had a great idea, which is to paint these gray so it kind of disappears when you're looking at it. So this goes all the way down to the chicken coop and then past. So it's a big long area.
220 feet.
220 feet long. Right, that one is not an orchard. It isn't a producer. It's just a nice maple tree, which is going to provide shade, which I like shade. And then this is one that came from Linnea's house. That's Rachel's mom. It wasn't thriving. It's a dwarf Gravenstein. So we're going to see how that does this year. And this grew in the fall. This had flowers on it and it started growing because we've had such a warm fall. It's not going to make it. See, there's another one here. Weird. Anyway, this one is a pluot that has been here for like 3 years, 4 years, and it's never produced. It needs to be trimmed. It needs a lot of tender care, but it always had leaf curl. So you can see it here. You can see how it curls in. So it's a bug. So we're going to neem oil it. All the trees are going to be neemed, but this is the only tree that has this. It's very invasive and it just wrecks the trees. I had it on my plum tree at the house that we sold. This side, so the orchard used to be just that length. So now we're adding over here. But this upper part we've decided to turn into like gardens. So right here, we're kind of playing with it. Right now we have blueberries and we're going to plant the 2 olive bushes in the spring. There's some raspberries over there. And we're going to do our tall things like sunflowers, because we're going to do cut flowers we're going to have a farm stand. We're going to do cut flowers. We're going to have them on this side because the sun goes this way and it's going to be coming this way. And we don't want the sunflowers or anything to shade it this way. So this is going to be probably a cut flower garden or berry garden, and then that'll be cut flowers. But we are going to have a some cattle panels that are hoops. Like right here, we're going to have 3 or 4 of them, and you can walk through and you'll have beans and peas and curcubits and cucumbers and squash and gourds, because we want to make things with gourds. And then we're going to have grapes right here. And when grapes grow, it's so cool because they almost create their own environment because they'll drip.
They will.
And so
on the hottest day, you can stand underneath them and you get wet.
So we'll have table grapes going this way and a different varietal growing this way. And we'll be able to stand under it and have shade and just enjoy the orchard and the gardens, even though it's excruciatingly hot outside, which is my nemesis. It's not that I'd rather have rain and mud, but heat makes me wilt. So I'm going to be happy to have this. And then we're just going to be grazing. We're going to walk through these hoops, which is like a tunnel of food. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, nom, nom. Just love it.
Explanation, we're not doing digging through here because this is where the power line goes.
Yeah, the power line to everything on the farm. farm. goes
So
right
there's
through
going to be
here.
like this straight arrow shot where nothing is dug.
No digging. Yeah, so we'll have the raised beds right here for the kids.
Yep.
And they'll be able to come back on weekends. And watch their garden grow.
Yep.
And eventually they might be able to sell it at the garden stand that we're going to have.
Yeah.
We already have it. We just haven't. It's an old chicken. It's an old chicken tractor. And Rachel's dad and his friend or his brother made the trailer part, and then Matthew made the wooden part over at the house, basically. So we're gonna
Purpose it.
repurpose that. We're all about repurposing, so we're gonna start repurposing a lot of our trash too. But anyway, we're gonna repurpose it and probably put it over there where there'll be a gravel area, and that's the new place
Basically
for
where the
parking.
trailer is
Yeah, where the
now,
first
we'll
trailer.
put the
Yeah.
food stand or the food whatever the heck you call it, farm stand.
Farm stand.
You want to talk about this before we leave?
Oh, sure.
So we started with the butterfly garden, which is the bare area right there.
So we
that
planted
cosmos and
zinnias.
zinnias
Yep.
and grew extremely well.
They did. And then there was also Lacea Facilia, which grew fantastic. But then we have problems with the peafowl. The peafowl will swoop in and eat everything. And the chickens came in and they made beds, and the peafowl. So that's why we put up that tall fence. We're hoping that it won't keep the peafowl out unless we give them other things to deal with. So this is hopefully going to grow better next year. And Bill's going to buy. Go ahead, say what you're going to do.
Monarch butterfly larva, and then there's little kits for like $30, and it's like a mini greenhouse, and you put the larva in there, and they grow into monarch butterflies in like 30 days, and then you release them in the butterfly garden. I've done it in classes before, and it's really cool.
I'm so excited.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, this covered area is the extension of the butterfly garden.
Yes.
That's to keep the chickens out before we
Yeah.
fenced them off. So that'll all be
Milkweed,
Milkweed.
And other types of flowers.
Yeah, milkweed's the biggie. If you're going to do a butterfly garden, you have to have milkweed, and we've got 2 of them here, right on the ends.
that have died back for the year.
And then we're going to get. I want to get 3 or 4 more of them in the
Yeah.
spring.
And this is just Kinnick that I'm protecting here from the birds right now.
Okay.
We'll transplant that in this spring probably, just because I don't know where it's going to go.
So then the butterfly garden became part of. We added it on to Bev's dream, and I'll let her tell you what this is here.
My dream is a pond and a hugelkultur. I want the pond because I feel like it's gonna, it would be just beautiful to bring more wildlife here. Plus, it would be cool to have a place to put your feet, you know, in the summertime, and it speaks to my soul. And then the hugelkultur does too, because what it does is we live on a hill. Everything's on a hill here. So what it does is it creates the other side of the pond, but also creates a growing structure. Not exactly sure what I'm gonna put on here yet, because it's great for extending your season, and you just add greenwood at the bottom, big thick greenwood, and then other things that are going to decompose. And as things decompose, it creates a really healthy soil, we hope. So we're going to build this berm a little bit higher. We have more stuff to put on it.
About
We're
4
just-
feet high.
At least 4 feet high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that when you're picking, you're not on the ground or anything. You can just, I mean, in actuality, this is going to be really hard to deal with because you have to stand in the pond to pick things. So again, not sure what I'm putting on it, but it's exciting because it will extend the growing season. It could extend the growing season. And we have it so that we can grow things. We'll have it so that we can grow things on the back and things on the front. And eventually this pond will have pond plants in it. We want to experiment with what's going to work. And there's a lot of clay in this soil, but we probably will add, once we have the general idea dug out, when we have it dug out, we'll probably see if any water stays in, which it looks like it's not staying in that well. So we'll probably put bentonite clay down on it, because it's small enough we won't have to spend thousands of dollars on bentonite. But
Right.
it'll be really exciting to see it, you know, grow things. And we're making it deep enough to where eventually it should be able to not need any type of help. I don't know how to say it. It won't need a pump or anything. To
filtration.
filtrate, yeah.
Yeah.
It won't need a filtration system. Phone call, Bill?
Hold on. Okay.
So that's the hope, is just to create different types of soil. Okay, wait, because I gotta have Bill take this picture because I love it so much. Look at this. Come close, Bill. Isn't this so cute? Look at the moss and the mushrooms. Oh, I love it. Look at the different mosses. Look at how sweet they are. Oh, I want to pet them. Hello, mosses. Hello, moss. Anyway, very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Bill. These rocks right here are going to be part of the garden. We've gathered rocks from all over. We're going to steal some rocks from all over the farm.
Yep. And
We're
then
gonna-
we're going to line the what?
We're going to line the out. I don't know what we're going to do
We don't
yet.
know yet with the
Yeah,
rocks.
yeah.
Okay.
But we're going to create something beautiful. As we're building, we're learning, okay, what looks good, what feels right. So we're collecting rocks because rocks can, they can look beautiful if they're done correctly. So we're gonna see how we do things not correctly, but in a way that feels right.
Yeah.
This has several varieties on it. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason why I put this one is a transplant from Linnaeus, and the reason why I put it here is because the water from the chickens come down. So even in the summer when it's really hot, I know this tree, which needs extra tender care, is going to get water.
And
then this-
chickens?
Oh, and the chickens are here because several reasons.
We love chickens.
Yeah, we love chickens. But it protects them. They still get out, not all of them, but we have had so many eaten by predators. We have hawks and owls and coyotes and cougar and, I mean, raccoons, and there's so many animals. And I'm sure some can get through. Coyotes won't, but the other birds can swoop through. But these birds are getting savvy. They're not getting eaten now. But we built this 3 years ago?
Oh, God, no.
4?
Much longer. 6 or 7
No.
years. Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, that's right. When
we did.
Matt and Rachel got married 8
Yep.
years ago,
Yeah,
9 years
'cause
ago.
Bonsai helped me with that, and he
Yeah.
was like 2 years old.
Oh, that's right. No, that one. But that one was much later than that. That was a year or two afterwards. So
Yeah.
this is when he was a baby.
Yeah, so that big coop is 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, and this is all hardware cloth. Even though there's wood over it, all hardware cloth. Hardware cloth on the ceiling, hardware cloth on the floor.
On the floor because
Because of the rats.
the rats would.
Rats and mice and
Yep.
weasels. There are weasels.
Yep.
Bill and I
Oh,
Bill
God,
and I
yes.
thought, oh, there's no weasels. I've
No,
never
there-
seen a weasel. Oh, there's weasels.
There's weasels.
Yeah.
Yep.
They slaughtered our quail crop at one time
And how do you know they're weasels?
because they take off their heads and suck the blood from them.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then this right here is a fig that was eaten down to the ground. And look at how well it's growing. So we're
Yep.
going to add a few more trees, maybe a peach just because Matt wants a peach.
Yep.
And another Asian pear. This Asian pear died.
Yep.
It did not do well, but it didn't have a great root system. And I knew it, but it was the last one. So
All right. We will have follow-up. Hold on. We'll have follow-up as we continue because we plan on having the pond and the hugelkultur dug by February.
yeah, by February. Yep.
So we can plant in March. So
Yep.
stay tuned for the next one. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Lost Peacock Creamery. Things are happening, man. Say goodbye, Beth.
Bye, Beth.
At Lost Peacock Creamery, we believe goats deserve to be goats, living in family groups, grazing outdoors, and thriving in robust social communities. As a family-owned, grade A goat dairy, we're animal welfare approved and deeply committed to the land we farm on.